Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today let's go over a medium level question that I just resolved on my own after over a year. So I'm super happy about this and I'm glad that I was able to come up with my own solution to this question without any assistance after over a year. So you can see I solved it September 20, 2024 and I just redid it by myself about 10 minutes ago. For some reason it looks like I tried it last March, couldn't do it, but either way, let's do it again. This is 172 factorial trailing zeros. So you just want to return how many trailing zeros are in factorial n. So factorial is just for if n is 3, that's just 3 times 2 times 1. If n is 5, it's just 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. And so yeah, you can probably glean that from the example. And then there's a nice factorial, so I just used factorial of n, and I turn it into a string because that way we can actually loop over it, and you can see this is actually a string now instead of an integer because of this. And then what I did was I just looped from right to left, right to left, because basically we want to trailing zeros means from the end, like a solid chunk of just zeros from the end. So if we had this would be the trailing zeros, right? If this was 5, then there would only be one trailing zero. If this was 5, there would only be 2 trailing zeros. So if we know that, if there's not even a 0 at all, we can just return 0 right away, right? We're just counting the number of trailing zeros, because if we have 1, 2, 3, there are no trailing zeros at all, right? There's not even a 0 in the string of A itself. So otherwise, what I did was I looped from right to left, because we just want to keep counting how many there are. So if a of I is not equal to 0, right, if we hit like a 5, then at that point we can just take, because I is going to be -1, -2, so we can just take the size of the whole thing minus the current pointer and then -1, right? So we want to return length of A minus I minus 1. And basically, because if we print length of A and then I, let's just use this as an example. So for example, A is always going to be 3, so -1, and then -2. So 3 minus 2, well, this is just going to be 1. So 3 minus 1 is 1, right? Because indexes are always 1 less than the length, and when we're counting the number of trailing zeros, we're talking about length, right? So let's go ahead and run this. Submit it. Okay, and there's this thing where you need to set it to a very large number. I just did 50,000, for example. And there you go, passes all test cases. So again, I'm super happy that I was able to come up with my own solution to this question without any assistance after over a year. So that's it for this video, and thank you for watching.